Dear students, today we are going to see the theorem, that is Shapiro's Taburin theorem, under the analytical number theory, unit 3. This comes under unit 3. Unit 3, the first topic, Shapiro's Taburin theorem. This is another important theorem. So what is Shapiro's Taburin theorem says? See, we have already done the prime number theorem, which is equivalent to the asymptotic formula like this. That is 1 by x summation n less than or equal to x lambda of n is asymptotic to 1 as x tends to infinity. This is the equation number 1. Then we have already derived a formula, a theorem which gives a formula summation n less than or equal to x lambda n x by n, this is the greatest number, x by n is equal to x log x minus x plus equal of lambda x. These are the two equations we have already derived in the previous theorems. So sum of these two are weighted. These are nothing but called as a weighted average of these two. The weighted average of these two functions, that is lambda n, such that each term of lambda n, the term of lambda n is multiplied to the weighted factor 1 by x. This is the 1 by x which is being multiplied here. For this, again for this lambda n, we have multiplied x by n. So that the resultant one, the weighted average of the same functions, the weighted average of these two functions can be called as Taburin theorem. Now we are going to find out what is Taburin theorem, means Shapiro's Taburin theorem. So Taburin means nothing but the weighted factors which be multiplied to the lambda n and x by n to be multiplied to the lambda n to the next equation. The sum of these two means sums of these two can be called as a Taburin theorem, or these are nothing but called as a we can say the Shapiro's Taburin theorem. So based on this, we have a theorem that we are going to solve. So this is being given by the H.M. Shapiro. Is one of the mathematician. He has been derived this Shapiro's Taburin theorem. That derivation we are going to do. We are going to find out now. Okay. So first we'll try to write the Shapiro's theorem statement, and we'll try to solve the each and every concept of this Shapiro's theorem, such that it will be in the form of like this. We have three things. First we need to note that. First we have to note one point, that is theorem. Now I'm just finding out the theorem. The theorem statement is in the form of like this. So theorem, Shapiro's theorem says that there are three things, that is A, B and C will be given. Now we'll try to find out the value of the A, B, C. Okay, this is very important for 12 marks. Okay, Shapiro's Taburin theorem. The theorem name is Shapiro's Taburin theorem. Okay, now what is the statement it is given? The statement is in the form of like this. Okay, so first we'll write if the sequence A means A of 0, A of 1, like that, all the coefficients. You can have that power series also in that. There also you can find out like AN. So sequence AN is non-negative sequence such that summation n less than or equal to x an x by n is equal to x log x plus bq of x. Now this we are going to use for all x greater than or equal to 1. Then we have number 1, the first one, summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n is equal to log x plus big O of 1. This is the first one we need to find out. That's the first one. Next, b. There is a constant. There is a constant b greater than 0 such that summation n less than or equal to x, a of n is less than or equal to bx for all x greater than or equal to 1. This is the b bit. Next is c. So there is a constant, the c, the last one. There is a constant a greater than 0 and x naught greater than 0 such that summation n less than or equal to x, a of n is greater than or equal to ax for x greater than or equal to x naught. So these three things we need to find out by using that. The sequence an is a non-negative sequence. This already we found. This is another important theorem that already we found, that is an summation n less than or equal to x, an x by n is equal to x log x plus big O of x for all x greater than or equal to 1. So then we have the first one, this is, and the second one and the third one. So first we'll try to prove that summation n less than or equal to x less than or equal to bx. Then we'll by using this we'll solve the first one. Then later on we'll solve the third one, which is nothing but greater than or equal to ax. So first we'll try to assume the value of summation an x by n in the form of like t of x and s of x. S of x will take a function, and t of x is a Tauberian function also we can call it as, or t of x will take two functions, and we'll try to solve the inequalities in the form of like this. So let the proof what I am taking is the proof, let s of x is equal to, just I am taking s of x is equal to summation n less than or equal to x, a of n. This is s of x. S of x is summation n less than or equal to x, a of n. Then now we need to find out the t of x. So t of x also will take it as t of x equal to summation n less than or equal to x, a of n into x by n. This is t of x. T of x is equal to summation a of n less than or equal to x, a of n into x by n. Now we first try to prove that. We first prove that b. The first we prove that b, that is summation n less than or equal to x, a of n is less than or equal to bx for all x greater than or equal to 1. Now we'll try to solve the first b1, that is nothing but this we are going to solve. Then later on we'll try to prove the a. Okay, so for that sake I am just doing in the form of like this. With the help of s of x and with the help of t of x, we'll try to find out the b bit first, then we go for the another two important one. So to prove b such that we prove first, to prove b such that we prove first we prove this one. What is that now? S of x, we prove the first this inequality. I may write as this inequality. Now we'll try to solve this inequality. S of x minus s of x by 2. S of x by 2 is less than or equal to t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2. This inequality we'll try to solve. Okay. So first we'll try to take this one, t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2 is equal to, I'm just solving these two. Okay, so t of x, already we have taken t of x as summation n less than equal to x a of n x by n. This is what we have chosen just now. Okay, next 2 into t of x by 2 summation n less than equal to x by 2 a of n x by 2n, because it is x by 2. So therefore I can write this as summation n less than equal to x by 2 x by n minus 2 into x by 2n into a of n plus summation n greater than x by 2 less than equal to x a n into x by n. Okay, so what I am doing is I am just taking this x by n here and x by 2n here, that is 2 into this. I am taking common a of n, because this is, since this x by 2n, so I have taken n less than or equal to x by 2. So strictly it is x as well as x by 2 will be in the form of like this. So remaining term will be there, that I am writing in the form of here. Okay, so summation n greater than x by 2 less than or equal to x an and x by n, that we have taken. So since we have another important point, that since 2y minus 2 into y is maybe equal to 0 or 1, it may be 1 or 0, you can find out anything. This is a greatest number and this is 2 into something y. So if you can take either 0, this value may take either 0 or 1. So then what you are going to have, t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2 is equal to, this I am choosing as 0. Okay, I am not choosing 1, this I am choosing as 0. So you will be getting as summation x by 2 n less than or equal to x a of n into x by n. Now you should understand, this is again you got as in the form of x by 2 n greater than x by 2 less than or equal to x a n and into x by n. So therefore what this is what you got. But what is this now? So this is what, now what is here? We have that s of x minus f of x by 2 is less than or equal to t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2. Now this is what you have already from this equation. But what is the value of this? This value is nothing but you got in the form of like this, that is summation n greater than x by 2 less than or equal to x a of n into x by n. So you got this inequality as this much, summation n greater than or equal to x by 2 less than or equal to x a n x by n. So therefore what we can write now, so what we'll do is we'll try to find out the value of this one. This is by taking this value as x log x plus big O of x. Already we have this one in the form. So before that we'll try to find out in the form of like this. We'll consider this one will consider in the form of like this. So how to do that one we'll see. We'll take t of x. Now consider t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2 is equal to. So t of x is nothing but we have the formula, that is x log x plus big O of x. This is what we have the formula. Why? Because t of x is nothing but we have taken as n less than or equal to x a of n x by n. This is the value of t of x. But what is the value of this? This value is x log x plus big O of x. So from here from here we'll try to write t of x value in the form of like this, minus 2 into the same formula again, x log means x by 2 log x by 2 plus big O of x. Okay, we have written as t of x by 2 value in the form of like that. So we'll try to solve. This is x log x, big O of x, minus 2 into this is x by 2 common. You will be getting as log x minus log 2, log x by 2, that is actually. So you will be getting as log x minus log 2 plus big O of x. Okay, now we'll try to multiply inside. That is x log x plus big O of x minus, I am just multiplying 2 inside now. 2 into x by 2, that is x log x. So minus we got. Then plus, you should understand plus. Here this x by 2 is for this also. So then x log 2 you will get. You will get x log 2, because if you multiply x by 2 for log 2, you will get x by 2 log 2, 2 will get cancelled, x log 2 plus 2 big O of x. Okay, plus 2 big O of x. So this is not plus, this is minus. If you multiply minus, okay, x log x it gets cancelled. Now you can understand big O of x and minus 2 big O of x. This is big O of x, minus 2 into big O of x. You will get big O of x. So what you got here is, here you got as t of x minus 2 into t of x by 2, you got as big O of x you got now. Okay, this is the conclusion what you got by using the formula this. So big O of x you got. So therefore what we can write here now? So what we'll write here? Therefore we may write in the form of like this. So therefore we'll write as s of x minus s of x by 2 is less than or equal to t of x minus 2 into x by 2 is nothing but equal to big O of x. So therefore s of x minus s of x by 2 is may be equal to some big O of x, or therefore I may write as s of x minus of x by 2 is less than or equal to k of x for all x greater than equal to 1. It may be bounded to the value of less than or equal to k of x such that for all x greater than equal to 1. Okay, now replace the values of x, replacing the x successively, okay, by now I'll just replace all the values of x now. So you will be getting in the form of like this. So s of x minus s of x by 2 less than or equal to k of x, s of x by 2 square less than or equal to k of x by 2 square. I am just replacing all the values of x here. Okay, so why I have written k of x is nothing but this is less than or equal to big O of x. So s of x minus x by 2 is nothing but less than or equal to some k of x, where k is nothing but any positive value and x is nothing but greater than equal to 1. So it is something bounded by some k of x value, because it is a big O of x. X value is ultimately the largest value. So therefore I'm just writing as k of x now. Now substituting these all values, we will be getting in the form of like this. Okay, so therefore we may write in the form of like this such that you will get an idea. So x by 2. So and so on. If you can add all those values, adding all the above values we get. If you add above values, you can understand s of x minus x by 2 plus s of x by 2 minus this one. These two will get cancelled and this value will be cancelled the other one. So you will be getting as only s of x here. Remaining all will be getting cancelled now. S of x is less than or equal to some kx square, sorry, k by 2 square plus and so on you will be getting, and s of x less than or equal to k common x plus x by 2 square plus and so on. Okay, now this is s of x is less than or equal to, now this is something, no, it goes to infinity, so s infinity is equal to, we have one formula, a by 1 minus r. A is nothing but x, 1 by 1 minus r means x by 2, x by 2 square you will be getting as, yeah, this is x by 2, sorry, x by 2, x by 2 by x you will be getting as 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2 means you will be getting as 2x. You will be getting as 2x by 2 minus 1. So you will be getting as 2x. So 2x you will get. So I may write as 2kx. Okay, you got as 2kx if you can use of this form. Okay, 2kx is nothing but you got. So therefore what is that now? What is the value we got? Hence B is proved. B is proved. B means the second one is proved. That is nothing but with B is equal to, you got as 2k, which is less than or equal. This is nothing but 2k. Bx, no, we need to find out less than or equal to Bx. So B is nothing but what? 2k you got. So hence we have proved in the form of like this. Now what is that now we have proved? Therefore s of x is equal to summation n less than or equal to x, a of n is less than or equal to b of x, bx for all x greater than or equal to 1. Now this is what we have proved, the first b bit we have proved. This is b of x, bx for all x greater than or equal to 1. So s of x is summation less than or equal to a of n is nothing but less than or equal to bx for all x greater than or equal to 1. So this is the first part we have proved, that is b. Now by using of this we will try to prove the a part we will try to prove. So for that sake we will take in the form of like this. So we will try to take the values in the form of like this. So we now prove a, the first one, the first quantity will prove. So to prove a we write that, now we will take x by n is equal to, the greatest number x by n equal to x by n plus big O of 1. We are writing as x by n plus big O of 1 in the place of x by n. So what is that now? T of x. T of x equals summation n less than or equal to x, a of n into x by n. Now this is already we have chosen. We have chosen this value. So therefore this I may write in the form of like this. Okay, summation n less than or equal to x, in the place, this is a n, I will write in the place of x by n, you can write x by n ignoring the bracket here plus big O of 1. This is what I have replaced the value of x by n. So that is summation n less than or equal to x. I may write this as x outside, I will write a of n by n. I am just writing x outside, I am just multiplying inside. Next I am writing in the form of big O of summation n less than or equal to x, a of n. The big O of, see, if I multiply this one in the place of, this is 1 is there, so I multiply in the form of like that. So therefore what you got here is, this is what you have got the answer. So this x into summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n plus, now what is the value of n less than or equal to, all those values which are nothing but less than or equal to x, n whatever the value you take, but it should be less than or equal to x. So ultimate value are going to have only x. X is only the biggest value, x is only the largest value, therefore we will take here big O of x. Now what you got here, we got as t of x, we got as big O of x. So that what we will write here is, now we have that since summation n less than or equal to x, a of n is less than or equal to bx. So this will keep it aside for all x greater than or equal to 1. So from here, from this side, what we are going to write is x summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n
is equal to T of x minus big O of x. I have taken this one to this side, left side. X I'll take to that side. That is summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n. This is 1 by x, T of x minus b minus big O of 1, because x, if you multiply here 1 by x, if you take 1 by x, that becomes as 1. Okay, summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n is equal to 1 by x, T of x, I am at plus big O of 1. This is nothing but big O of 1. Okay, therefore this is what we got. Now we'll try to take this one. Okay, so what is the value of summation n less than or equal to x? Already we have one value, we have that, we'll try to take now the value summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n is equal to 1 by x, this value x log x plus big O of x plus big O of 1. This is already we have the value, already we have chosen that value, because T of x is nothing but summation n less than or equal to x, a of n, x of x by n is equal to x log x plus big O of x. Now this is the value which we have. So T of x can be written as x of x plus big O of x. Same value I have substituted in the place of T of x. So what is that now? What you got here? Here you will be getting as log x plus big O of 1 plus again this is big O of 1. So what you got? Log x plus big O of 1. So what is that now? N less than or equal to x, a of n by n. So this is what we have which is nothing but which is proved, that is nothing but a. We got the a value. Yeah, we have proved a and we have proved b. So a is nothing but this. Now we are going to prove the c one. The c bit we will try to prove. C is in the form of like this. This is a value which we got. A inequality we got. That is summation less than or equal to x, a of n by n log x plus big O of 1. Now we will try to prove the c. Okay, now we will try to prove the c, which proves a. A is finished. So proof of c, the last bit, proof of c. So for c what we will do is, we'll take a of x is equal to summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n. The previous a is there, now from that we can choose that left part is nothing but some a of x. So then by a what we got is summation n less than or equal to x, a of n by n is equal to log x plus big O of 1. So what we can write here, therefore a of x is equal to log x plus big O of 1. We can write in the form of that, because we have chosen this is in the form of a of x. So but what we'll take here is, we'll try to take let us take, write a of x is equal to some log x plus r of x. We'll try to write a of x is equal to r of x, where r of x is the error term. Now what I am writing is r of x is nothing but an error term, and this is again bounded by the value of m, which is nothing but error term, where r of x, I can take r of x is nothing but big O of 1. It is nothing but big O of 1, because in the place of big O of 1, so I am just writing as r of x. So therefore what we can write, let r of x is nothing but bounded by m, where m is nothing but greater than 0. M is our positive value, which is nothing but greater than or equal to 0. Okay, now we'll choose a alpha. Now choose alpha such that I'm choosing alpha such that alpha is nothing but greater than 0, less than 1. We are writing an alpha which is always greater than 0 and less than 1. So therefore we'll try to find out this value, ax minus or a of x minus a of alpha x is equal to, we'll try to find out the value of ax minus a of alpha x. So ax, So I may write as log x plus r of x minus log x log alpha x minus plus r of alpha x. So a of alpha x, I am just writing in the place of x as alpha x. So therefore what I get is log x plus r of x minus log alpha minus log x minus r alpha x, just multiplying minus inside. So log x and log x will get cancelled. So you will be getting as minus log alpha minus r of x minus r of alpha x. If you take mod that is greater than or equal to minus log alpha minus of mod r of x minus of mod r alpha x. But what is r of x? R of x is nothing but less than or equal to m. So you will be getting in the form of like this. So therefore you may write that one in the form of like this, that is greater than or equal to minus log alpha minus m, greater than or equal to minus log alpha minus 2m you got. So you got as minus 2m. But we choose that what is the alpha? Choose alpha such that alpha we have already chosen, alpha is greater than 0 and less than 1. So alpha is greater than 0 less than, so minus log alpha minus 2m is nothing but equal to 1. Okay, so therefore what we write is minus log alpha is equal to 1 plus 2m. Okay, log alpha is equal to minus 1 minus 2m. Then alpha is what? Alpha is equal to e power 1 minus 2m. Okay, therefore what is that alpha? Alpha is equal to 1 by e power 1 plus 2m. Now we got as alpha as 1 by e power 1 plus 2m, we got alpha. Okay, which is less actually. Okay, so note that alpha is equal to 1 by e power 2m satisfies, it is nothing but less than 1, satisfies whatever of alpha we have chosen, that is alpha should be greater than 0 less than 1. It is satisfying that value because it is something by 1 by e power 1 plus 2m. So if you divide, it will be less than 1. So this is what we got. So therefore, so for alpha x greater than or equal to 1 and alpha is equal to 1 by e power 1 plus 2m. Now we will try to find out a of x and minus a of alpha x is greater than 1. We will try to find out that. Now what we have here actually, a of x minus a of alpha x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, therefore 1 is less than or equal to a of x minus a of alpha x. So that is nothing but equal to, okay, that is nothing but what is a of x? Where alpha x is greater than 1 and x is equal to, or alpha is greater than 1 by x. Now that is what we have chosen. So ax minus a of alpha x. Now we should find out the value of ax. Now I may take this one in the form of like this, that is summation n greater than or equal to alpha x less than or equal to x. Okay, strictly greater than alpha x less than or equal to this one into a of n by n. Okay, a of n by n, which is strictly less than or equal to 1 by alpha x summation n less than or equal to x a of n. So this one is less than this. Okay, strictly 1 by alpha x summation n less than or equal to x and a of n, which is strictly less than. So therefore what I'll write is, I may write this as s of x. This is s of x by alpha x. This is s of x by alpha x. So therefore what I got, 1 is less than or equal to s of x by alpha x. So that implies alpha x is less than or equal to s of x. So therefore s of x is greater than or equal to alpha x. We got as this. So for what? For alpha which is greater than equal to 1 by x. Now what are the value got? S of x is greater than equal to alpha x for alpha which is greater than 1 by f. Hence this is C. C is proved. Now C is this one, Okay, C is proved with some x naught. X naught is nothing but 1 by alpha and A is nothing but alpha. Okay. Now this is what we have proved. So we need to prove the C bit, we need to try to see about the alpha. We have to choose alpha and we have to take that A of x from the previous value, that is from A, that is summation n less than or equal to x, A of n by n, such that if you solve you'll be able to find out the last bit, that the C one. So this is how we have proved the C bit. Okay, so this is entirely called as a Shapiro-Taburin theorem. So in the next class we'll try to prove the application of Shapiro's theorem, such that how we are going to apply this Shapiro's theorem for the various inequalities. That all we'll try to find out by taking some of the values like lambda n. We may replace some values in the theta function, the distributions function, all the functions we are going to replace, and we'll try to find out how the Shapiro's theorem may takes place. So that's called as an application of Shapiro's theorem in the next class. Okay, I hope that you understood. Thank you.